This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, separate accidents this week in Spencer County and Martin County leave serious injuries. DuBois County Community Foundation selected Hannah Ware as the Lilly Community Relations intern. And Southern Hills Counseling Center and LifeSpring Health Systems may merge. Kurt Guxell takes a look at high school baseball, and Inform features Neil Elkins and Tammy DeWitt of TriCap with information on individual development accounts. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. A head-on collision in Spencer County yesterday afternoon saw a driver in the accident airlifted to Evansville St. Vincent Hospital. A two-vehicle head-on crash that occurred near County Road 850 East, a half-mile north of State Road 70 in Spencer County yesterday, saw 36-year-old Stephen Steen of Richland airlifted to St. Vincent Hospital after suffering severe injuries. State police say that Master Trooper Trey Litton was the first to arrive on the scene. A short time later, ISP Sergeant John Deere and Master Trooper Mark Limcooler, Santa Claus PD Sergeant Matt Keller, along with Spencer County Sheriff's Deputy Dale Kissinger, arrived at the scene as well. Litton, the primary investigator, discovered 20-year-old Christina Nelson of Lamar was out of her vehicle upon his arrival, and she suffered from abrasions to her arms and legs. Litton discovered 36-year-old Steen was still inside his 2013 passenger car, but he couldn't see him due to multiple airbag deployments. Litton and Keller began to cut away the airbags in efforts to assess Steen's injuries. Steen had suffered from a potential compound fracture below his left knee. Keller, who is a 26-year EMT and a 20-year police officer, had Litton retrieve a tourniquet from his commission. Steen was losing a substantial amount of blood, and Keller's quick thinking slowed Steen's bleeding until the St. Vincent Life Flight helicopter could arrive. Grandview and Crisney Volunteer Fire Department units quickly established a landing zone for the helicopter. Steen was safely loaded and airlifted to Evansville St. Vincent Hospital. Nelson was transported to the Owensboro Hospital by Spencer County EMS. Wednesday, a mother had to be airlifted to an Evansville hospital after a multiple car pileup near the intersection of US 50 East and Belgrade Road west of the Martin County Fairgrounds. Wednesday, Anna Neal Cachet of Indianapolis was westbound on US 50 in a white 2010 Chevy van. When police say for unknown reasons, he proceeded off the immediate roadway, striking the north side guardrail, overcorrecting, then proceeding into the eastbound traffic. In the eastbound traffic, Cachet struck the driver's side of a red Toyota Tacoma being driven by Scott Truelove of Shoals, causing his vehicle to spin completely around, coming to rest facing west within the eastbound lane of US 50 East. Mr. Cachet's white van continued westbound in the eastbound lane, striking a blue 2002 Dodge Ram head-on, being driven by John Graber of Lagodi. Police reported that Cachet was alone in his vehicle, Truelove was alone in his vehicle, and in the Graber vehicle were two adults and two minor children. Cachet was extracted from his vehicle by Lagodi Fire and Rescue. All persons involved in the collision were transported to Davies Community Hospital by the Martin County Ambulance Service. John Graber and his two minor children were treated at the hospital, with the children later being transferred to Riley Hospital in Indianapolis. Graber's wife was airlifted to St. Vincent Hospital in Evansville for severe injuries. Cachet was also airlifted to St. Vincent's Hospital in Evansville for severe injuries. One person received injuries and another got a ticket after a three-vehicle accident Thursday afternoon at the intersection of 36th and St. Charles Streets on Jasper's north side. Jasper police say at around 1:15 yesterday afternoon, a passenger car driven by 85-year-old Robert Summersheim of Jasper had stopped in the eastbound lane of 36th Street, and when it was his turn to proceed, Police say Summersheim proceeded straight through the intersection. Meanwhile, police say a crossover SUV driven by 76-year-old Laverne Hoaxang of Jasper had also stopped at the intersection in the northbound lane. Police say Hoaxang failed to see Summersheim's oncoming vehicle and proceeded into the intersection. They say the front right side of Hoaxang's SUV struck the rear corner of Summersheim's car. Police say the impact forced Summersheim's vehicle into a spin, and the right rear corner of his car struck the front left corner of a pickup driven by 67-year-old Betty Dickey, who police say had stopped in the left turn lane of westbound 36th Street, waiting to turn south onto St. Charles. Summersheim's vehicle then rolled forward and struck a City of Jasper-owned electric pole and a phone box owned by Frontier Communications, causing about $100 damage to the pole and $500 damage to the phone box. The accident resulted in $5,000 in damage to Summersheim's car, $1,500 damage to Hoaxang's SUV, and $500 damage to Dickey's pickup. Summersheim suffered lacerations to both arms. Jasper police cited Hoaxang for failure to yield the right-of-way. Memorial Hospital Emergency Medical Services assisted at the scene. And the intersection of 162 with Schnellville Road was closed for a short time just before 6 a.m. Friday morning. Police reported that an empty anhydrous tank flipped over, and as a precaution, they kept the area cleared until the tank could be righted. Police directed traffic near the area until the site was cleared for travel. The roadway was open to traffic a short time later. Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company has been honored as a 5-star member of the Indiana Bankers Association. The award was presented on May 2nd at the IBA Mega Conference in downtown Indianapolis in recognition of Springs Valley's association involvement throughout 2017. The 5-star member designation recognizes those IBA member banks which demonstrate outstanding commitment to the association in 5 areas: political awareness, issues advocacy, lifelong learning, IBA volunteerism, and preferred service provider utilization. The Indiana Bankers Association supports Indiana banking through issues analysis, professional education, and products and services that enhance member banks' ability to serve their communities. Indiana's second highest court will conduct oral arguments at the Jasper High School this coming Wednesday, May 16th at 1:15 p.m. A panel consisting of Court of Appeals judges Edward W. Najim Jr., Melissa S. May, and Du Bois County native and former Du Bois County Superior Court Judge Elaine Brown will hear Marcus K. Baxter versus the state of Indiana, a case in which the appellate was charged with possession of drugs and then his motion to suppress was denied. He appealed, arguing the officers did not have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity and illegally detained him. The oral argument will take place at the JHS auditorium and will conclude with a question and answer session with students. However, the judges are unable to speak about the case. The Court of Appeals hears oral arguments across Indiana to enable Hoosiers to observe the real-world issues that face the court and learn more about the court's indispensable role in Indiana government. Audiences also get to observe skilled legal arguments and advocacy by some of Indiana's best lawyers against a backdrop of case-specific facts and statutory and constitutional law. The event is open to the public and will last about 1 hour. This argument marks the court's 18th Appeals on Wheels event this year and 518th event since its 2000-2001 centennial. For more information about the court, please visit www.courts.in.gov/APEALS or appeals. 2 Indiana nonprofit community mental health centers are working closely together and collaborating to strengthen both organizations, possibly including a merger into a single entity. Southern Hills Counseling Center Incorporated of Jasper and LifeSpring Health Systems Incorporated, headquartered in Jeffersonville, have a long positive relationship working together in the southern Indiana region. Joe Kimmel, executive director of the Southern Hills, says that if a merger with LifeSpring is successful, they will be better able to offer a multi-generational continuum of behavioral health services. Kimmel adds that they have worked very closely with LifeSpring staff and says together they will be larger and have a greater potential to maintain and grow to meet the mental health needs of their communities. It is also noted that both boards of directors are supportive of the collaboration and exploring the intent to merge the 2 organizations. Southern Hills currently provides services to Du Bois, Perry, Spencer, Orange, and Crawford counties in Indiana. LifeSpring currently serves Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Washington, Scott, and Jefferson counties in Indiana. The DuBois County Community Foundation has selected Hannah Ware as the 2018 Lilly Community Relations Intern. As the Community Relations Intern, Ware will assist in communications and marketing activities, nonprofit engagement, and donor relations. Ware, the daughter of Leon and Paula Ware of St. Anthony, is a 2016 graduate of Northeast DuBois High School, where she was valedictorian of her class. Her nonprofit experience includes volunteer work with Habitat for Humanity Romania and the Jasper Community Arts Commission. She is currently working towards her Bachelor of Science in Sociology at the University of Evansville. This internship, a full-time position, is fully funded by Lilly Endowment. The objective of the internship is to provide students with real-life work experience and an understanding of the roles community foundations and philanthropy play in our community's quality of life. Hannah started her internship on Monday, which will conclude in August. Now please stay tuned. Weather, sports, and Inform are still to come on 18 WJTS News.